Couple of injury notes that Lincoln Riley hit on during his weekly news conference. Rush end Romello Height, left tackle Courtland Ford. Both players came out of the game against Stanford. Neither guy practiced on Tuesday. Riley said both would be held out and evaluated later on this week.
I think the important note there is that Courtland Ford and Bobby Haskins, who've been battling out at left tackle, they both got 33 snaps. Now, Courtland Ford has been the starter. He has been the guy who starts games. But, the distribution of snaps between Ford and Haskins has been relatively balanced. So, I would think that Ford is going to play. But if he doesn't play, or if he's, less than full strength, it does seem that Bobby Haskins is doing well enough that that's not going to make too much of a difference on the offensive front. But of course, if you get a more severe injury at that spot, that then changes things. But with Haskins, finding his way within the USC offensive line and within this offensive system, that's not a crisis point. That would be an embellishment to call it a crisis. It's an area of concern, but certainly not anything close to a crisis.
All right, folks. Again, if you didn't hear us off the top and didn't catch the television schedule announced for the weekend of September 24th, the likes of Duke, Kansas, Northern Illinois, Kentucky, and others. We could go down a list of games. It's just not one or two, given more national attention by the networks than USC, Oregon State. Man, I want to see this game. Relegated to the Pac-12 network. September 24th, a late night Saturday night game. It is Fresno State coming up this week. That's also late, correct? Let's see. What is the game time on USC Fresno State? Do we know?
I think it's a night game.
Let me find it here. We've got USC and Fresno State coming up. That's a Fox game at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time.
Yeah. So the good part about that late night kickoff, I know USC fans don't like them in general, but it should be very comfortable at the Coliseum. We recall that against Rice, you had temperatures coming close to 100 degrees in that early September Labor Day weekend Los Angeles heat wave. Not so here. So I expect the Coliseum to be packed. 78,000 range. Every seat should be filled. That joint should be roaring. Should be like old times.